When I wake up in the morning, I got sunshine on my mind. My body gets to moving, and I've got a little time. 20 extra minutes, but 5 is all I need. We could do the quick and dirty.
Here we are again. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Wood Show. I am your host, B.Scott. This is your host,
Maurice Bouvier.
Cleopatra. And today, we have a lot to talk about. We're doing a show a day earlier than we normally do it because we want to be able to celebrate National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. And later on, we have a special guest coming up. It is Raul Posas, who is the social marketing manager for Metro Teen AIDS. Yes, we have guests. Bam. We also want to celebrate Black History Month because it is the month of February. So we have to do that. And so without further ado, we want to get right into the news, the latest gossip, the latest dirt, everything that you want to hear.
All the tea, all the drama. But why do you sound so official? You sound like this like a special driver's education video.
This is what we do.
But anyway, welcome back to another episode of your favorite show with your favorite people. So I was in New York again, and I had a wonderful opportunity to work with Maurice Jamal, and you may know him from the movie Dirty Laundry. That was hilarious. He has a new show coming out called Uncut, and it will be on his Glow TV network. And so it was a great show. It was a great opportunity. I met some wonderful people. I know you all are excited and can't wait to see my debut.
I personally can't wait because, with a show called what? Raw and Uncut?
It's not Raw and Uncut. It's
whatever.
Uncut. You're getting a little too personal. That's just a little too personal. We didn't need to know
all conversation,
all of
right?
that.
Whatever.
But anyway, It was hosted by the sexy J.R. Raleigh, and I met a couple other people. So
what did you guys talk about? Can you talk about that? Can you say? Give us a sneak peek.
I'll give you a sneak peek. I'll just say we had conversations that everyone should have with their friends.
About?
Wood. And I love talking about wood, but it was great. So stay tuned for more information with that, and make sure you guys are supporting Glow TV because it's a really good effort and everything that they're doing over there. But while I was in New York, I had some downtime and some playtime. But I watched the marathon for Soul Train. And I know I'm going to let you give you a shout out because you like shouting out the deceased.
We have to shout out Don Cornelius. Shout out to Don Cornelius and his family.
Shout out to Don Cornelius.
He will always be remembered.
Ever since we started taping this show, somebody has died.
I gotta go.
I'm just, really, somebody has died every time we tape a show.
I do feel like, actually, you're right. Every time we've taped, somebody legendary has passed. So, but it's always great that we can offer condolences to the families and, to the deceased.
Okay, Phaedra and Apollo. But anyway, I'm watching the Soul Train marathon, and I don't know if it was because I was young and I really didn't pay attention, but the kids are all up and through the Soul Train line. And if you don't know what I mean when I say the kids, I'm talking about the kids, the children of the night, the party children. I'm talking about the gays.
Why do you call them the kids? That doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. Okay. It was long before my time. But I'm looking at the Soul Train line, and I just see more cat suits and leotards, and I thought I was watching a Beyonce video. I'm like kicks and splits, and that was just the men. So I'm just like, I never heard anybody really talk about the gay men on Soul Train. So I guess
why would they?
Why wouldn't they? It was a lot. It was a lot. So we were there. We were representing, and speaking of morning,
like you were there.
I was not there.
In a cat suit. A silver cat suit at that.
But it was a joy to watch that and just to see, that we haven't always been in the shadows. We've been a part of everything. So,
haven't you?
Just shout out to all of the people that were on Soul Train that just gave us life. I was waiting for one old duck walk. I just said, somebody's going to duck walk.
What is that?
Oh my God, where are you from? Oh my, somebody tell him what duck walking is, because I don't have time. I have other things to talk about, like the Super Bowl. So,
I watched that in its entirety yesterday.
I was eating. There was a game on.
Bad.
I assumed it was a Super Bowl.
What'd you eat?
Pizza.
What'd you eat tonight?
Pizza.
Bad.
What's your point? Anyway, I'm not going to talk about the game because I don't know about the game. I'm going to talk about what I know about. And what I know is that Madonna gave a great show. It was very entertaining, the special effects, the special guests. My only pushback for Madonna, it was a very calculated, choreographed number.
Actually, you know what? I was feeling the same way.
It was very 1 and 2.
I felt like I could see her counting as she did the steps, and I'm like, that's not Madonna. That's not the Madonna I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, it was like the slowest Vogue ever. It's like Grandma Vogue. And it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Please don't let me bust my ass.
But she almost did at one point. But as a seasoned performer, she kept it moving.
And she looked real seasoned. Real seasoned. But it was good.
But what everybody's talking about is MIA.
Well,
that's how you leave the Super Bowl.
I wasn't talking about MIA because at the time I didn't know who MIA was.
But you know now.
I know now, and she's going to be MIA. How about that?
I love MIA. I have all her albums.
Okay, well, listen to them because you won't hear anything else from her. That was rude.
She's not the type of artist that plays on mainstream radio anyway.
But it wasn't about her music. It was rude. It's like someone coming to your house and doing something to disrespect your house. That was Madonna's show. It was Madonna's night.
But let me give you a flip side of that. Sometimes when you're on stage... Exactly.
Flip it like she flipped it.
Exactly. Sometimes when you're on stage, you're caught up in what you do. And that's who she is as a performer.
Lies and foolishness.
So, hold on. It's not a lie. So, sometimes you don't always remember what you do when you get on stage.
Okay. I saw her perform when she was pregnant. She didn't flip the bird.
I mean, she flipped some kind of bird. She got pregnant.
She didn't do it on stage.
Whatever. All I'm saying is that I understand you get caught up in the moment sometimes or whatever. But, everybody's talking about her now, so.
Whatever. I'm talking about CeeLo. I love CeeLo. CeeLo
actually, that was a hot little set when he came out.
CeeLo was giving me Mary Agnes from Sister Act. I was like, CeeLo, okay, if Madonna only has a piece of sequin, why you got to get the whole spool of the material? I was like, is this Sister Act? I was just waiting for him to bust out in a Sister Act number. I mean, I love CeeLo. CeeLo obviously is comfortable doing whatever it is that he does.
I love him.
Even though it's drag, he's comfortable in his drag. I think more people should be comfortable in their drag.
I think next week.
Because I think you're giving me drag right now. With these
I think you might be giving us drag with this choker
This is who I am.
With this choker and this Gaga bracelet on.
I'm a little monster. This is not drag. This is boozy. Get into it.
It ain't moving me.
And but let's get into Mr. Roland Martin. Okay, so I'm just going to assume that everyone knows who Roland Martin is. If not, look him up because I don't want to quote something wrong and tell you who he is, and then he's not that person, and then you're sending me emails, tweets, or whatever. But anyway, during the Super Bowl...
But send us emails and tweets anyway.
And pictures. During the Super Bowl, they released the David Beckham underwear commercial for H&M. It was hot.
I saw those this weekend.
Right, it wasn't Calvin Klein.
They're expensive for H&M. Never mind.
It wasn't Calvin Klein, but, it was hot. But let me just tell you what Mr. Roland Martin said. Mr. Roland Martin tweeted that if a dude at your party is hyped about David Beckham's H&M underwear ad, smack the shit out of him. Now, Glad...
I would love to see somebody try to smack the shit out of him.
...is not happy. Now, GLAAD is the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, and they are pissed off. Mr. Martin, you have pissed off the white people. And you don't want to piss off the white people because they get you fired. Now, I'm just thinking,
you can't tweet everything you think.
You can't tweet everything that you're thinking. I don't know how I feel about it. They feel as if he's promoting violence against gays. And in some ways, yes, it could be taken that way. But if you're amongst friends and you say that, it's different. But if you're going to post it on the World Wide Web for the world to see, then you leave yourself open to interpretation of what you actually said. So, and he's not really backing down from what he said. So
it's ignorant.
You know,
at the end of the day, it's just ignorant.
I say off with his head. And since he doesn't really have a neck, that shouldn't be hard. So, yeah. So, but you know, just check what you say and check what you tweet.
But you know, a lot of people, I find that when I go through my Twitter timeline, I feel like a lot of people say a lot of crazy, insane.
Right, but when you are a news correspondent, you should know better. You've been trained better, so be better. But
what kind of stuff do you put on your Twitter?
Pictures and videos and stuff about coworkers and stuff about Richie Sky.
Ain't nothing on there about me.
But anyway, that's just what it was. That's just our news, our tea, our drama. But we're gonna switch gears a little bit. We're gonna get a little bit serious, not too serious, because you know I can only stay serious for like 5 seconds. And
but he'll talk the entire 5 seconds.
But I'll talk the entire 5 seconds. So let's talk to our guest.
That's coming right up.
Come on out, guest.
And we are back with our guest for today, Mr. Raul Posas, who is the social marketing manager for Metro Teen AIDS. And we have him on the show because we're celebrating National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. Holla. So we want to just take a little bit of time and ask a couple of questions that we know that you have, and he's going to give us the answers that he has. Are you ready?
Set and go.
Welcome to the Morning Wood Show.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So we just want to, just shoot the breeze a little bit. You know, Valentine's Day is coming up. So, you know,
People
you love
be
your
getting
boo.
busy.
You make sure you know your boo's status and your boo knows your status because, you know, you want some good wood. So, let me just jump right in there. What is National HIV Awareness Day?
Well, National Black HIV Awareness Day is an HIV testing initiative to mobilize the Black communities around the country. So,
and why is there a need to separate it by demographic?
because African Americans are actually the racial group that are mostly affected in the U.S. and globally, actually.
Okay.
So just to give a brief statistics, national statistics, that 14% of the U.S. population are made up of African American people, and nearly 50%, about 45%, are newly infected with HIV.
Wow. So with celebrating this day and just making everyone become aware of what's going on, are there like events that are happening? Are there testing stations, or how does someone get involved with this to just become in the know?
Well, for National Black HIV Awareness Day, there are events all over the country. We have several events. I'm going to look at my notes. I was trying not to look at my notes today.
And that's fine. It's our show.
Okay.
So,
What you do?
coming up tomorrow, which is National Black HIV Awareness Day, the Women's Collective has an open mic at Live Nightclub at 7 p.m.
And just so you
That's
know, he's
Live
talking
in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Yes,
I
sorry.
read my mind. You're clairvoyant.
Brave Soul Collective has a 8 o'clock open mic show at the Warehouse Theater at 645 New York Avenue. So shout out to Brave Soul Collective.
Hey, Brave.
Holla. That's also in Washington, D.C.
Yes, all these are in Washington, D.C.
Washington.
Covenant Baptist Church, which is
Hallelujah.
That's my church.
Richie Sky attends. They are actually collaborating and partnering with a national campaign, which is a huge campaign, great campaign to know, Greater Than AIDS. So if you want to know the website, it's greaterthan.org. It's a campaign that helps mobilize the Black communities throughout the country. They're coming to Covenant Baptist. They're doing a campaign there. You guys can get T-shirts and actually take a photo snapshot of yourself in the campaign.
Ooh,
You can also find out more about that at Black AIDS Institute website as well.
Yes. So, and then last but not least, Metro Teen AIDS, Freestyle Youth Center. We're having an open mic called For the Love of You on Friday, February 10th at 5:30. And it's mostly for youth, young people, but you guys are more welcome to come.
And
I'm
where is
still
this?
young.
Where is this at?
If you're familiar with Eastern Market, it's at 651 Pennsylvania Avenue Southeast. It's right next to the Eastern Market Metro and the CVS right behind it.
And that's also in Washington,
D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Sorry, I don't have a whole spectrum of events throughout the country. But if you want to know, there are events listed at AIDS.gov.
Or just come to Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Come visit us.
Or continue to watch The Morning Wood Show.
Now, if, people, this is a heavy subject, but if there are things that people want to know just to protect themselves, because, I love wood. So, I mean, there are certain types of condoms, lubrications, dental dams, just it's fun stuff we can do just to make sure that we're having fun and being safe. Fun stuff.
I mean, that's the idea about it. You want to make it fun. You want to make it sexy. You want to make sex sexy. So find ways that are safe but sexy. So the types of lube, a lot of people complain that Magnums, I only use Magnums because they're the only ones that don't break. That's false. There are other condom brands out there that don't break. It's the type of lube that you actually use.
Oh, please. I didn't say that. I mean, I'm attracted to things shiny. So, therefore, like my bracelet, I like gold.
This is Magnum.
This is a Magnum bracelet.
Magnum right here.
Hey, I'm attracted to gold. Hey.
Well, look, another question is, why do you think people are so uncomfortable having this sexual conversation when it, like you said, we want to make it sexy?
Exactly, but HIV is a socially unacceptable disease, so people just don't want to talk about it, and stigma is still a main issue. So we have to break those barriers and get rid of the stigma in order for people to be comfortable talking about HIV like just any random condition. HIV is not a death sentence anymore. It's a condition that's very treatable. So, if you are HIV positive, get treated. Make sure you follow doctors' recommendations and medication. If you don't know if you're positive, go get tested. Know your status. That's important. So, the thing is, you have to normalize talking about HIV like it's going to the doctor to get a physical.
Exactly.
In order for people to be comfortable.
So, real talk discussion. So, what would you advise someone who has gotten tested and has found out that they are HIV positive? What would you say would be the next step? Because I think that some people have that fear. What would you say to them moving forward?
Ask as many questions as you have to the doctor right there and then. I know it's a lot to take in, but ask all the questions you have right there. Ask for referrals for next steps. Do your own research, but just be careful with researching stuff online because not everything is true. Just make sure that you ask the questions that you can to the doctor you're going to, or even the clinic that you got tested at. They should be able to help you get referrals or even counseling. Counseling is important too, and a great support system.
Cool. Thank you so much for coming to talk about this. We wanted to step outside of the box. We wanted to bring you all information as well as entertainment, and here it is. All of the information that you'll need to keep it safe and to keep it sexy. It's the Morning Wood Show.
Yes, baby.
We love you. Mwah.
Thanks for watching The Morning Wood Show. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For more information on National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, visit www.nationalblackaidsday.org. For more information on Real Talk DC, the DC campaign for young people for free testing and condoms, text Real Talk to 61827 or visit www.realtalkdc.org.
Wake up with that wood and I can't control my hands, thinking all to die.